Hello, it's Inokenti here, and welcome back. It's a few days since the Queen is dead and buried. There was a funeral and everything, and I have completed Dark Souls 3. Um, so we're here at the tier list stage of the proceedings. I completed it just earlier this evening. Um, yeah, let's go through it. Like the tiers. There's good bosses, ones that I enjoyed, fine, which is that they're okay. They're bosses. They've got something going on. I did it. Is like okay, yeah, I guess I killed the boss, and then trash is obviously the trash tier. So let's have a look. So I only did the main Dark Souls 3. I didn't do the DLCs. I once again ran out of Steam here. Unix Gundia, I nearly stopped playing the game. Um, I'm not going to put him in trash. There are trash aspects to him, for sure. When he goes into second phase, let's talk about phases. Like with minor exceptions, like all of the bosses, all of the serious bosses have two phases. You have phase one, and then things change, and they have phase two. And I think that's kind of boring by the end of the game. Where's the three phase boss? Where's the boss that like is proper one but only has one phase? Just vary it up a little bit. Like it kind of anyway. Phase two is usually when a lot of bullshit's trotted out. Not always, but sometimes. Udex Gundir, you can't level up. You can't summon. You just gotta absolutely just bash your head against it and so many tries. I did it, but I did not enjoy myself. And honestly, then doing the high walls of Lothric, I had very many doubts about the game. It's very Dark Souls 1. I mean, what I'll come back to this thought, but yeah, Vort of the Boreal Valley. I was like, he's fine. He's got a bit going on. Quite liked him. You can get your teeth into it a little bit, but also his soul gave me the hammer that I used for a large. I mean, to be fair, I finished the game using the weapon that I got from my starting class cleric, but I did use a few other things in between. Curse Rotted Greatwood. That's a trash fight. Honestly, it's not interesting. It takes a while. I did it first or second try. I can't remember, but it was not fun. Crystal Sage. I'm tempted to put into trash. I mean, it's a better kind of trash. I did it, and I'm gonna put it above Udex Gundir, but that's being generous. I only did it because the RNG rolled right. Like I identified and worked out the tactic for it, and then I just did, yeah. Then it was roll the dice dependent. Deacons of the D, bit of a that's a trash fight. It's slightly more interesting than Curse of the Greatwood, but it's not that interesting. It's a bad crowd fight. The Dark Souls have done better crowd fights. Honestly, this is definitely one of the most. It's just boring. It's not interesting. Abyss Watchers first in the good tier. That's just a good fight. It's pretty cool dudes. It's got a little bit of a thing where like they're facing off against each other as well, and took me quite a few tries, but that was like you. It's decent. It's readable. There's not too much bullshit. It's solid. Old Demon King is fine. Probably about the same sort of thing as Vort. I mean, I kind of that's kind of an alright fight. There's a little bit of like weird AOE stuff, but it didn't bother me too much. I thought it was fine for the most part. I just realised I should have had some music playing for you in the background, so let's put that on. There you go. Just to add a little bit of texture. High Lord Voldnia. He's a concept fight, right? Like the big thing is the scare at the beginning. I guess it goes in the I did it. It's not even that interesting. He's got giant bangles. You break them apart. He slides down the abyss. It's Pot of Sullivan. I'm gonna put this at the top. He's. Do I put him into good? he's technically I lots of tries on this guy. Some good stuff, some really frustrating, annoying bits of how he moves and attacks. It's probably top of five. It's there's good stuff there. Then we've got Aldrich really going through a clip through the game at a clip here. Like actually not that many bosses, certainly not compared to Dark Souls 2. I think probably. Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. Also, I found it really quite discernible and readable and yeah, it's Aldrich is a pretty decent fight. I feel I cracked that one in a satisfying way. Is it good or is it just fine? Even though I cracked it, it really sits somewhere between. But I'm glad that I didn't have to bash my head after Pontiff Sullivan. Yom the Giant, I don't really know. Like I went in there with Siegward accompanying me. What is it? Siegward? It's the identical character from Dark Souls 1, but with a few letters changed. Oh, new ideas. Oh, yeah. You're the giant, and like he just smacks him around, and then you kind of smack him around. But you can also get a weapon that you can pick up, and I mean that's it's fine, but it's not particularly like that. That could be fine and entertaining, I guess, like High Lord Voldnia, but it's not. It's just bad. Dancer, I love that fight. I love how she moves. It's something that basically you don't see anywhere else. You don't get that kind of beauty in the animations, I think, really anywhere else or any other bosses that I've encountered. But it's readable, it's tangible. Took a few goes, but that was a satisfying one to puzzle out. Definitely enjoyed that one. Osiris the Consumed King is I did it. He kind of glitches out in the arena. You can like make him go a little bit above you and glitch on a tree, and then you just smack him. It's a weird fight. I don't know. It's a big weird dragon dog thing. Let me look at him. It's freaking dragon rat. Champion Gundia. Now, if I didn't have feelings about the beginning of the game and the Udex Gundia, Champion Gundia would be like up here in good. But I think I'm just putting him at the top of fine because there's good stuff there. He's got the kick. His second phase is not stupid and cover up your camera completely, doing dumb stuff like that. He's just really aggressive. But I really didn't have. I'm going to put him at the bottom of good. He deserves that. But him, I just like I bashed my head against. I was like, I'm not doing this. I summoned the master. It was also another good fight. That was fine. Dragon Slayer armor, kind of at the top of fine, probably. Like that's a pretty good. That's a good fight. I had some fun with that. It's not quite as elegant as any of these. Like he's a little bit slow and ponderous. That's fine though. Twin Princes go straight in the trash. It's not complete bullshit. I'm not gonna grace it with I did it. Like yeah, I did it, but I hated it. I really did because like the second prince, the bro prince, Chad prince, basically like teleports all over the place, and then you add the magic, and like I didn't. It was all about like, haha, he's behind you. You thought you were looking on. Oh no, you just have to constantly twist your view around all the time and deal with bullshit attacks. I didn't find it fun. Ancient Wyvern, like it's top of I did it because like it's a concept thing, but you know it's fun. You run around the arena, you get up high, you jump on its head. Why is that there? I don't know, but it was all right. Nameless King, I think, first of all, looks amazingly cool. I just did him earlier. I bashed my head against him endlessly. I have problems with the first phase, which is again predicated on the fact that oh haha, you have to fiddle with our stupid camera. Good luck with that. And I understand the idea of like, oh okay, he flips over and you've got to watch his positioning and so on, which is a good idea. It's just absolutely not up to scratch with what From have going on with the camera and the lock on, and the fact that like you can switch between the rider and the Wyvern head, and it then auto switches it for you and all that kind of bollocks. And I played around and tried different settings with that as well. And it's just I still like and got good at that first bit, and it's just frustrating because then I wanted to just get over that and practice the second bit, which it doesn't. It's still, you have to pay the tax of yeah, you got to really concentrate, focus, and do the first bits, and like that's fine, whatever. It was a good fight. It's a good thing. I think it goes pretty much the same place as Dance. I'm gonna put it like a smidge lower because it looks cool, it moves cool, it's got cool ideas, but that phase one I didn't like, and I think it doesn't. I bashed my head against it too much to become particularly endeared with me. I respect it, but I do not like it. Let's say. Soul of Cinder is kind of I did it. Top of I did it. Bottom of fine. Bottom of fine. I see the concept. There's. I'm gonna put it top of I did it. I have issues with it because I think that it's wildly inconsistent. It's got, as I understand it, so I beat it on third try because I think something went wrong with the AI and it basically was stuck in one attack cycles on everything it was doing in the second phase, which kind of which made it really quite easy to defeat at that point. So I understand and appreciate what it's doing, but I think it throws too wide. Like it's like, oh okay, it's all of these personalities sort of wedged into one, and look at all of these things that it can test you doing and so on. But it's still it's also kind of samey. It's I don't know. I didn't find it that interesting. I don't. I didn't find it a particularly interesting challenge and a particularly interesting boss overall. So there we go. That's the Dark Souls 3 boss tier list, I guess. Tell me what you think in the comments in real life. You know it. We're going to be back here again because FromSoft have made some other games, haven't they? So I guess we'll see. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good... Oh, I should talk about Dark Souls 3, shouldn't I? I said I would talk about Dark Souls 3. I started closing things off, but... Dark Souls 3 is a Dark Souls 1 fan game. That's it.